So while everyone is like celebrating William's birthday, Elizabeth has come over here and she is making herself a drink because this is what happens with Elizabeth. She kind of does things she's not supposed to do. Hello and welcome to my YouTube channel. My name is Heathwyn and we are back to play some more of the Whimsy Stories Legacy Challenge, and we are now on the third generation with our sim Elizabeth, who, let's be honest, is proving to be a little bit of a troublemaker. In the last episode, she was going out every night and hanging out with her friends and coming home rather late. Ren is losing patience with her and tried to ground her, but I don't think that's really going to stop Elizabeth. And if we come over into game, it is now Saturday and it is prom, and Elizabeth will be going to prom. It's also William's birthday, so he will be aging up into a young adult, and we're probably going to let him stay in the house. I think we'll let him stay for right now. There's no like reason to rush and move him out. Elizabeth, though, was out late. She's up here sleeping. Elizabeth is a teenager. She has the live fast aspiration and she wants to sneak out to a party, but we haven't had that invite yet for her to do so. So we're just kind of like waiting for that to happen. It's the weekend now, so I'm hoping something will happen tonight, maybe. Maybe she skips prom and sneaks out to the party instead. I don't know. But she is clumsy and she is outgoing. She's done a lot of things. She was a happy infant. She completed the slumber party aspiration. And right now she's going through a little bit of a mean streak. While all in all, she has good compatibility with her mother, Ren. They are going through a little bit of a difficult phase in their relationship. Things have happened between them. I think that Elizabeth feels a lot of pressure from Ren because Ren was an educator and Elizabeth doesn't really care all that much about school. She's a C student. She doesn't do her homework. She just kind of like shows up and does the bare minimum. And that kind of bothers Ren a little bit, but Elizabeth just kind of wants to be her own person and do her own thing without the impact of her mother kind of weighing her down. In addition to it being prom, it is a big summer blowout, which is kind of like an end of the summer fun thing. So maybe we can have Elizabeth go out and do some things to celebrate that. Now, as per the rules for Generation 3, Elizabeth is going to need to max the dancing skill, the mixology skill, and the juice fizzing skill. And we've got her working on the dancing skill. She's currently level 3 of that. As she's been going out to clubs and stuff, she's been dancing. And she has started to dabble a little bit in mixology, but I think the juice fizzing is probably going to wait a little bit until she's off on her own. Once she becomes a young adult, she will move out of the house into like a dingy rundown apartment, and that's how she's going to start her life. I think with it being a big summer blowout and also William's birthday, we're gonna take the family and we're gonna head over to a pool and we're gonna celebrate a little bit and have a little birthday party for William. It's gonna be like really low key. And I think we'll also have Elizabeth invite her friends over and then they can all hang out. I think we'll go over to the Newcrest pool for this. So we'll bring everyone in the household. And then when we get there, Elizabeth will do a little gathering of her friends group because she's gonna want to hang out with them more than her family anyway. So they're probably gonna like celebrate William's birthday and she's gonna like go off and like do her own thing. Ren did bake a cake and bring that for William. We just need to see if there's like a place that we can put it for him to blow out his candles. We might have to put a counter down or something for him. Oh wait, there's a counter right here. How convenient. All right, we'll put that right there for William to blow out his candles. Elizabeth has started her friends group gathering and they have all shown up. So I think we'll have them come and they can swim around together and kind of hang out a little bit. She could also come over and practice making drinks with the mixology skill, which I'm sure her mom will be thrilled about. Okay, it is time to celebrate William's birthday. So we can celebrate his birthday. We also need to grill some things. So what if we have Ren come over and start grilling? Let's have her grill. Let's just do something real basic like hamburgers. We'll get Ren doing that. Elizabeth's over here hanging out with her friends. So while she's over here like splashing around, playing with her friends, hanging out, Ren is grilling some hamburgers for everybody to eat, and William is coming over and he is gonna celebrate his birthday and age up into an adult. So happy birthday to William. And he has aged up into a young adult. Now, he did have one of the teenage aspirations, and so I think that to determine what his adult aspiration is going to be, I'm just going to randomize it using the random number generator because I like to do that. It just creates like more variety with what your Sims are into and things like that. I normally would use a random number generator online for this. However, at the moment, it would appear that our internet has gone out. So I'm going to use my phone instead, and I'm going to use Siri. And I'm going to say, pick a number between 1 and 15. And the random number that Siri came up with is 1, which is animal, and so friend of the animals. William is going to be a friend of the animals. And then we're going to randomize his trait 3 times. 1, 2, 3. He is hot-headed. He is kind of coming up with like an interesting combination here. He's a friend of the animals, he's a goofball, he's an insider, and he's hot-headed. But there we have it. There is William. He has graduated with honors. He was a really good student, and I think that that really did not help matters at all with Elizabeth and their whole interaction and dynamic with each other because he did really well and she just didn't care, and it wasn't great. Oh my gosh, Angela has discovered that Thomas has a secret tiger tantrum. So Angela is a nosy sim, so she keeps like discovering all of these secrets about others. So while everyone is like celebrating William's birthday, Elizabeth has come over here and she is making herself a drink because this is what happens with Elizabeth. She kind of does things she's not supposed to do. All things considered, though, Elizabeth has been enjoying herself. She's feeling very confident because she's hanging out with her friends. And as a sim who's pretty outgoing and really does thrive on her relationship and her friendships, it's really good for her to like be out with them, to be hanging out. It's kind of like their thing that they're doing before prom later because it will be prom time. Now, William did have a good relationship with Zafira. She still has a few days before she becomes a young adult. They have been dating each other. They have amazing compatibility. And so I think when she becomes a young adult, we will probably have her move in and maybe have her and William get married because they just seem to get on really well together. And we might as well like get him settled with somebody before we move Elizabeth out on her own. Okay, it is prom time, and so we are going to travel to prom with Elizabeth, and we're gonna have her celebrate her prom. She's gonna go right from the pool to prom. I'm not sure if that's like the best way to go about going to prom, but that's the way Elizabeth is doing it. Because Elizabeth, she does her own thing. So she is here and is going to chat with some of the people that she knows. I don't really see any of her friends here though. There's like a bunch of people she doesn't know all that well, but maybe she can introduce herself to some people. She has found Lily, the Aloha, who is a good friend of hers, and I think she's gonna try and get her to come and dance with her. Elizabeth is starting to like get some dance moves. She's got some people watching. They're the chaperones are watching her dance apparently. And Elizabeth is out past her curfew, dancing and going to prom, and she is like terrible at keeping her curfew. She never follows her curfew. She always goes out and does what she is not supposed to be doing. It's kind of become her thing. She did meet quite a few new people. She met Blaine Milner. Right, prom is over and she's getting invited to go out to an after party, and I think she's definitely going to go to the after party and try to bring as many of her friends with her as she can. So Elizabeth is continuing to break her curfew. She's going out after prom, and I imagine this is not going to go over very well with Ren when she gets home. The thing is she wants to go and do these fun things that, teenagers usually get to do. And normally I think
Okay.
Ren would have been like okay with it, but because she keeps breaking curfew, she keeps doing things she's not supposed to be doing. Ren was just kind of like, you're gonna go to prom and then you're gonna come right home. But Elizabeth had other plans. She was very much like, no,
Oh.
I'm not. I'm gonna go to prom and I'm gonna go out and have a good time and I'll come home when I'm ready to come home. But since she's doing this, she's going to take full advantage and she's decided to ride the Ferris wheel with a friend that she had met from school named Jimmy. So they have hopped on the Ferris wheel together. She is getting tired, so probably after the Ferris wheel ride is done, she will go back home so she can get some sleep. And we'll see how things go with Ren. All right, the Ferris wheel ride is over. Let's go ahead and let her go home. It is almost 2 o'clock in the morning, so she should probably get home. She's come home, and Ren, sure enough, has been waiting for her. And so Ren is like, you have broken curfew again, and clearly you are not getting it. So, no friends, no leaving the house for the next day. You are going to stay here and deal with the consequences of your actions for going out. And Elizabeth is feeling tense because she has been grounded. She can't leave the house. And so she's upset and she's just gonna kind of stomp off and go to bed and just not be very happy with her mom or anybody. So one of the things with Elizabeth is that she's always supposed to have like brightly colored hair, and I think that she is one who would change up her look quite often. And so since it's Sunday in game, I think we're gonna give her a makeover and change up
New
her
skooma?
appearance a little bit and maybe dye her hair a different color and give her a different look just to kind of, you know, keep things interesting. So I've given Elizabeth a little bit of a makeover. She's kind of going for this like purpley pink hair now. I gave her a brow ring as well. She's kind of moving through her teenage years. She's doing a little bit more by way of piercings. She's starting to dress a little bit more shockingly, trying to like make a point with her mom. She's just trying to really express herself in as many different ways as possible. And I think she doesn't really know exactly what that is. So this is her everyday outfit. I did keep her other everyday outfit, so she does have two options now. And then we've changed up her formal wear. She's going for something that is a lot more shocking now. Ren has no idea that she has changed her look to this, but she's definitely starting to try to push that envelope. I changed up her athletic wear ever so slightly. Same thing with her sleepwear, and her party wear is definitely much different now as well. She's kind of pushing the envelope a little bit. I kept her swimwear and her hot weather wear the same, but I did give her a little bit of a different look for her cold weather outfit. So this is Elizabeth's new look that she is going into. Elizabeth is really feeling down from just everything that's been going on with Ren. She's tired still from prom, so she's just kind of been spending most of the morning in her room, just kind of sleeping a little bit more and just trying to like shake off this like feeling of just not being good enough and really failing her mother. And she's kind of having a tough time with all of that. Oh, Madeline has arrived. So Madeline was Ren's second child that she adopted. Oh, and apparently she just brought Ren some really sad news, but it was a joke? I don't know. You know what we haven't done in a while? We haven't really looked at the family tree to see what is going on with other people in the family. So maybe we should do that. Oh my gosh, Madeline had a baby. Holy cow. Okay, and then Lily's children. So Lexi, Ren's oldest granddaughter, is now a teenager. Oh my gosh. And Valerie looks like she is a child. And then Madeline has had a child named Zuri with Guy Key. I don't know who that guy is, but apparently Madeline had a fling with him and Madeline now has a child. It looks like Poppy had twins named Christy and Talon because she got married too young somehow. And she also had another child named Jaslyn. And then Rowan still has his three kids and his like random other kid that I don't know where that guy came from. And let's see. And then Forrest also has two kids, Marcus and Eduardo. So lots of expansion and growth in the Wims family, apparently. It's always interesting seeing what they get up to. We also probably should think about getting William some kind of a job. I don't know what kind of job he would like. He's a goofball, he's hot-headed, he's an insider, and he's a friend of the animals. So I don't know. Elizabeth pretty much has avoided her family the whole day. She's either been napping or playing video games or just kind of doing whatever she can to just avoid them altogether. I think she's just kind of waiting for Monday and she can go to school and she can see her friends and do that. So it is now a spooky day in game, and I think we're gonna have Elizabeth get up. She's gonna be going off to school today, and she still has this sneak out to party part of her live fast aspiration, and we're just not getting anybody calling and inviting her out, and without that, we can't complete this. And she has a bunch of friends, so it's not a matter of that. So I think I'm gonna use UI cheats and complete this part so we can continue on in this aspiration because I want to move through this for her, but we're not having the option show up for us. So I'm gonna complete this. And so now she wants to ask a sim out on a date 5 times. So she's gonna need to go out on some dates, and I think that perhaps Jeremy might be a good candidate for her. They have good compatibility with each other, and I think that he could be a good option. And then she wants to start a fight and summon an urban myth twice. So that will be interesting. I've never done that before. I think we will go with Elizabeth to school today so that she can work on some of those friendships and interactions. And I don't know, maybe she'll summon an urban myth. I think we'll also have her wear a costume too because it is spooky day. So let's have her go as Ayla Sakura. She'll go as a Twi'lek. Elizabeth has arrived at school and she is the only person dressed up. So she doesn't seem to care though, and she's taking a selfie. She's like looking at my rockin' outfit here. Ooh, apparently this Ren guy is being problematic. We do need to start a fight. So what if we do some mean stuff with him? Maybe we can tell him an urban legend and then do some mean things with him. This guy seems like he's kind of mean. He's being really mean to this Prince guy. Maybe he is making fun of Prince's makeup because he thinks that Prince should not be wearing makeup. But Elizabeth is like stepping in and she is not having it. She's be like, you don't talk to people that way. This isn't cool. I don't like the way that you're acting. And she is gotten in a fight with this Ren kid because he was being mean to Prince. She doesn't even know Prince. Okay, well, I guess why don't you come and introduce yourself to this kid that you just got in a fight defending? Oh, she met this Gail Fernandez, and she thinks that he is interesting, and I think there is like a little bit of a something between them here. So she's getting to know him a little bit. You know, he could be one that she asks out on a date. She doesn't need to go out on 5 dates. And it doesn't have to be with the same people. And since she's going to have to woohoo with 3 different Sims in the same night, maybe having 3 Sims that she's kind of seeing a little bit as a teenager would kind of go along with that whole thing. She is flirting with him a little bit, which seems to be going over well. But pretty much instead of going to lunch, they've just kind of been hanging out together in the hallway, talking and chatting. She's learned that he's a little bit of a geek, which she is like completely fine with. And they're starting to get like a little bit of a romance bar going. He's a glutton. Apparently he really likes to eat, so that's good for him. She and Gail became really quick friends, and they are starting to have like a little bit of a budding romance. So I think there could be a date happening in their future. And look at that. Elizabeth has attended 2 classes in the same day. Is she even taking notes? No way. Apparently science class has piqued her interest a little bit because she's actually here and paying attention and taking notes. I mean, good job, Elizabeth. Maybe it's because Gail is in her class and she's trying to impress him. So she's come to class, she's trying to act like, I'm a good student, I know what I'm doing. And she is a smart person. She just doesn't care about school, so she doesn't apply herself in the way that maybe she should. Right, the school day is over and we are gonna head back home. Elizabeth seemed a little inattentive in class today. She should make sure her class skills are up before next week. I mean, she is pretty inattentive in class. She doesn't really care that much. And I think maybe with it being a spooky day, maybe we'll let her, wear a normal outfit again and have her ask Gail out on a little date. Like maybe they can and go somewhere together and just like hang out and chill and get to know each other a little bit more. Maybe she'll ask him to come here to the nightclub here in Breachester to start with. She has broken curfew a few times, so maybe she's thinking that she's going to try to stay close to home. Maybe tonight she'll actually come home on time, but she wants to spend time with him and get to know him a little bit more and just explore that and see how it goes. So they are, in fact, on a date. I think she's gonna tell him, I live close to here, so I come here a lot and hang out, and I just thought that maybe you might want to come and hang out with me. And they are having a good time, like laughing and joking with each other. She's feeling very happy because they became fast friends. She likes this sim. They're having a really good conversation. She is feeling confident for their friendship and all that goes along with that. They're actually getting along quite well. Oh, wowee, that sim is irresistible. Elizabeth has a major crush on Gail. So she is really liking him and crushing on him quite hard. And in fact, we're gonna see about a first kiss between them and see how that goes. I think actually it'll go really well. They're having their first— oh wait, what is this person doing? Selena Scott's just like standing there watching. They're having their first kiss and this person is watching. It was successful. Their romance bar is going up quite a bit. They are dancing together. Gail apparently could use a little bit of help with his dance moves, but Elizabeth very much enjoys dancing and so she doesn't care. So she has had a really good date with Gail, and she's not sure though if she wants to like be in a relationship with him just yet. She still feels like there's a lot that she wants to explore. She likes him quite a bit and she's really glad that they got to go out and spend time together, but she's just not entirely sure that this is the one. And as we know with Elizabeth, there isn't necessarily going to be a one. There's going to be a few. So the date has come to an end and it's getting a little bit later and Elizabeth is not going to push her luck and try to break curfew. So she is going to head back home and probably head off to bed. And I think with that, we're going to wrap up this episode here. Elizabeth definitely likes to kind of push things a little bit and just kind of like move beyond the boundaries some. We have about one sim week left before she ages up into a young adult. But let me know in the comments below if you think that because of all of the tension that is going on between her and Ren, if we should move her out early as a teenager and have her kind of like run off and try to start her life on her own. Like maybe that's why she starts out in like a dingy rundown apartment, is because she just needed to get away, and so she does. There still continues to be this lingering tension between her and Ren pushing her to do things that she doesn't really want to do. So let me know your thoughts in the comments below. I do want to have Zafira move in and get married to William. We won't do anything big for that. I'll probably just like, send them off to Tartosa for a civil ceremony. Once that happens, then I think at any point after that, getting Elizabeth moved out is fair game. So do let me know your thoughts in the comments below on that one. But thank you all so much for watching. If you like this video, please do like, comment, and subscribe, and I will see you in the next one. Bye!